everybody, welcome to Dealing Life. Welcome to my channel. If you are new to my channel, welcome to my channel, and if you are already a friend of mine, welcome back to my channel. So today we are here in a campsite, and I want to talk about a must know about RVing. So let's going to tackle 9 things you should know about RVing. Disclaimer, I am not an expert. In fact, this is only my very own opinion about RVing since we do it. We have a travel trailer, so I imagine I should tackle this. And if you're not RVing yet, so it make you think you might or you may not. So let's start. I have tons of list. So I have my big notebook, so to that I wrote it down a lot of things that I should tackle about RVing based on my very own observation and experience. So number one, it's not cheap. RVing is not cheap. Now, if you go to campsite, there are campsites that are expensive, and it would be cheaper if you do boondocking, something like that. But we don't actually do boondocking a lot, so we did only once, and we did not like it. So we always like a full hookup. So it's more money to rent a spot compared to other places that it's not full hookup. So it is not cheap. Gas itself, going to where you're going from point A to point B, it is already costly. And the food, and yes. So number two, need to do research before going to places. So before you go places, you have to research first, so you don't expect too much, or it avoid you with less disappointment, because you have researched it. You kind of have an idea where you're going or what to expect in that a certain place, because some places are not as good as what you think, and you have to read reviews, and again, you don't expect much, so you don't get very much disappointed. Okay, number three is you cannot choose your neighbors. This is something about in RVing. You don't choose your neighbors. You cannot just like, oh, I want this spot, but you do have to reserve your own space, and you cannot pick that one, not unless it's first come first serve. So whoever booked that first get the spot, of course. So you cannot choose your neighbors. Sometimes it's quiet, sometimes it is not quiet. Yep. So number four, it would be know your rig. So like we have a travel trailer and we have a truck, you have to get to know your trailer, the capabilities of your trailer, what's the limitation of your trailer, so the weight and everything. So you have to know this, because if you don't, you put a lot of stuff in it will be overweight, and it can have a problem with your trailer. So you have to know all these possibilities, and you have to check your rig. So yeah, knowing your rig is half of a battle of doing RVing. It's very important to know your rig, because if you don't have any idea what's going on, if you don't have any idea how to fix things, and that is not good. It will lead you to frustration while doing RVing. Okay, number five is prepare to be disappointed. Okay, you don't expect too much while you're doing RVing. You have to prepare yourself that somehow you can have disappointment, because we travel quite a bit in this place in US, but not totally a lot of them, but a lot of places where we live. close by. So you have to be prepared to be disappointed with the place, and sometimes you expect too much because of what the picture is. You know, you see the photos and in a website and they're so pretty, and they took it way long time ago, and when you arrive in that place it's a little bit different, so you're kind of disappointed. And I have that, a lot of disappointment, but you have to learn to deal with it, you know, because you come to places to enjoy what they can offer, to enjoy the feeling of having vacation. Yeah. So number 6 is, not all photos that you see in a web are precise. So that's what I said earlier, that the photos are not, a lot of the photos are not taken in a recent time, so it might be more greenish, and then when you come to that place it's not so greeny, and somehow you see the photo is really clean, and then you arrive in a place it's not so clean. And you know, it's just the matter of the angle of the photo, on how do you take them, on how long they have that photo in the website. So the good thing, a piece of advice, the good thing that you have to do is to call the website and check out what they have, and what's the surroundings like, what's the, you know, their accommodation, and aside from what they're saying in a website, because you know, you need to have a recent information to be able to foresee the things that you would expect. Okay, so number 7, it is addictive. It is addictive. I get addictive. I mean, this is only for my personal perception, okay? That's nothing to do with other perception, but only for me. So you know, not everyone have the same perception on what RVing is. It might look fun, but of course when you think about financial things, you don't, unless you have a lot of money where you can stay in a long place, where nicest place, you know, it's, you know, it's has to varies with your financial situation as well. It's addictive. It's like, it feels like you're on vacation all the time. It feels like home away from home. It's, that is what I feel about my about RVing right now. So yeah, and I miss home somehow, because we've been here for a little bit longer. Yeah, so this is actually our first time to be away from home for the longer time. Okay, number 8, it's a fun and adventure. Of course, the fun and adventure of RVing, it's awesome. You see beautiful places, you discover things that you did not expect, that this place have some kind of beautiful or amazing things to offer. So it is really nice, and it's fun, and the adventure of unexpected things that, oh, you know, like we went to a place, for example, in Walla Walla. I did not know that they have the aviary, which is, I did not expect that I would see a lot of pheasants. And pheasants is one of my favorite birds. They're super colorful and they're awesome. So for me, it's super fun, and the places that you see, the side of the road that makes you smile, the greenery, the scenery, it's nice, and you feel very pleased with the things that you see. You disregard the other things that you don't see that are not pleasant. Okay, so number 9, you will find a good RV park through recommendation from other RV travelers. So a lot of times there's a lot of people that are well traveled, and we meet a lot of people that are, you know, talking about, like, oh hey, you know, when you say hi, and you know, even though you're far apart, you didn't know much each other, actually are strangers, but even though you're strangers, there is this like camaraderie of RVers, or this kind of RV people talks. So it's nice because they share their nice campsite that they have that they have been. So they would say like, uh have you gone to this place? This place is nice. It has full hookup. It has different facilities. They have awesome services, and it's beautiful and it's different. Like, did you went to hot spring or stuff like that, or are you RVing in the middle of nature? Where you have the wildlife around you. So those things are really nice, knowing from other RVers, sharing information in exchange. Also, we do the same thing. We share information like the best RV parks we've been. So we share to everybody that talk to us. It's nice. So and somehow you find someone that you really like, like, oh, they're a nice couple, or they're pretty mellow, they're just chilling. All right, so overall, RVing is a mixture of fun experience, adventure, and make you learn more other culture or other RVers on the way they look at things. And you see a lot of rig that are really pretty, because we have a trailer, and that is probably in the lowest category of RV. So we've seen a beautiful rig that are super expensive, and I said, wow, it's nice. So you're able to see, experience, and see beautiful things, beautiful places. And as well as, it always varies of what your budget is, because budget, if you don't have budget for that, and if you don't make budget, you cannot go RVing. RVing is expensive. Yeah, it cannot be cheap all the time. I mean, if you do boondocking in a neighborhood, then that would be really really cheap. But if you go places that are really pretty, then you will pay. Okay, thank you so much, and have a beautiful day. And just remember, dealing life. And if you like this channel, please subscribe and press the bell notification button, so you will get updated with my adventure and some tips in life and many things. So have a wonderful day. Bye. I will see you in the future.